Okay, I want to walk through the steps to hand graph this, as you'll need to do for your trig assignment. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this part. And I'm going to rewrite this as y equals negative b plus 3 over tangent 4 times x plus pi over 4. Now the reason I'm doing that is because I need to highlight each of my pieces. So this here is my vertical shift. This is going to be how skinny or fat. This is going to go up pretty fast. This is our old amplitude, but in tangent and cotangent doesn't work the same way as sine and cosine, so it's just going to tell you that it's going to be narrower. This is going to tell us our period, and this is going to give us our phase shift, or our horizontal translation. So I need all these pieces, but I need to rewrite it first to be able to get them. So what I'm going to start with is on my original tangent graph. Okay, I'm going to start working here with tangent 4x. I'm going to kind of start in the middle here. And if I had tangent 4x, then its period is pi over 4, because I take the period of tangent, which is pi, divide it by b, which is 4. And that means that I would go on the regular tangent graph, I would go pi over 8. I'm going half each way, and negative pi over 8. So this is just this times 1/2 or divided by 2 is how I got those two values. Okay. Now the issue though is I need to move them over. This would be my asymptotes if this was just tangent 4x, but I need to move them over. So I need to take negative pi over 8 and minus pi over 4, and I need to take pi over 8 and minus pi over 4. So this is going to give me, that's going to be 2a, so negative 3 pi over 8. This is also 2, so this is going to be negative pi over 8. So now my two asymptotes for my first period here, I'm at negative pi over 8 and negative 3 pi over 8. So these are going to be my two asymptotes. Okay? Now normally my middle point would be here at negative pi over 4. It'd be halfway between these two. So again, divide it in half. That's where it would normally be. That would normally where I would go, I would have this point. But I've got a vertical translation, right? I have to go down 2. So 1, 2. So this point right here, which is negative pi over 4, negative 2, that's this part, this leveling out. Then I'm going to just make it pretty skinny, go up this way, go down this way. I'm just doing it so they come out here. Obviously, I might want to stick in a point or two as well. You can always just, at this point, pick some points. They gave you suggestions on what to pick, but it doesn't really matter. Just go, okay, I need some points in here. You want a point in here and a point in here. Both those would be good to put in and give you an idea of how fast you're going up. But that really then gives you your graph, and that's all it really is adjusting those asymptotes, adjusting that middle point by your phase shift. And another way to find this is the original one was at 0, right? I'm just subtracting again pi over 4. I'm taking my original one, so you can start from that original graph, and I'm just moving it. But of course it's skinnier because I adjusted it by my period. So hopefully that helps you go through the steps of getting this graphed.